After party time. After party. Should be live. Just refreshing. Refreshing.
We are refreshing. Tell us in the chat when we are live. I believe we're live. Just like that.
Boom.
What is going on, internet? Welcome.
Okay.
OnlyCops. We are joined here with the very patriotic Bill.
Hey.
And we also have at the very bottom, the bottom bun and the foundation of our current stack is Keith. He is the one keeping us based. We watched Southland recently, and I was like, dude,
love Southland so much.
What a good time to be a rookie.
Love Southland.
But anyways, he keeps us kind of
It's a
based.
better time.
I want to thank our 12,990 plus subscribers, of which we do have some pretty cool representation here in the chat of other law enforcement professionals that are either currently doing it or have done it honorably. We're going to go and tackle a Tuesday stream where we have kind of a smattering of different law enforcement related stuff. If you're new here, Bill and I were cops in what feels like another lifetime ago now.
Dude, it really does. I was thinking about that the other day.
It feels much longer now than it did before, but we were cops in a shitty city, I'll say. But our experience both doing it pre-2020, during 2020, and post-2020 has formed our opinion of how to be a police officer in the modern age. And then Keith tells us how the old ways were, like a good old samurai. But he does not count as a moderator for being foist. But I will give the gold medal to Brian Miner. Also, Chris Kaufman for being a member for a month. Shout out to my homie. SBHTPC is you're going to get third place, not second, my friend, but you are close. You're dyslexic, likely like me, and struggle busted a little bit. Mom is in the chat. Kendall Thomas is in the chat. Bill is over here making fun of people. Sweeper is here. Sweeper has watched probably like 8 hours of Baldur's Gate this past 2 weeks. The wife and I are doing an honor run on Baldur's Gate, and if you want to see cool BTS stuff like that or do the after party, you could join our Patreon group, which is as little as $1 a month. It gives you direct access to our Discord, and or be like the folks with the fancy looking colors on their name and be a member of our YouTube membership program, and they'll give you direct access to us. We answer cool questions, do interviews, and hang out with party time and say things I can't say on the internet. Chris Kaufman, he said first super chat, and thank you for the donut specifically. I kind of want a donut here because I'm still hungry. Emu's here. I said hi to Sweeper. The Dan Hammer is here. He said 4-point harness. Sweeper away. You to chill. Christy C is here. Blank has arrived. It is good to see him. He said blank has been filled in. It has a couple different connotations. More than anything, I want to stop the chat and say hello to Pam. Pam, we have missed you. It is good to see you.
Hey, Pam.
But Christian Halsey is here, apparently the problem child of the Discord. Thank you to my moderators. Zeus, also thank you for giving Pam a hello. I will allow your presence despite my monotheism. Robert Carson, our bait deep outs used to lure cops. Oh, you know what? I wonder if sovereign citizens or auditors are the Uno reverse card for cops. That's the bait call for cops.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the auditor bait.
Yeah. I'm here for it. James N. He says live.
Careful.
Yeah, I know. You guys are trying to get me caught up here in my dyslexia. F and Mint is also in the chat. Sam Tarango. Bill is the real pride this month. Thank you for the super chat and monetizing the often unmonetizable stream. He says, you guys see the Nashville cop arrested for being in an OnlyFans video? I did.
Yeah.
I guess kudos for him in his free time. He's having a much more adventurous time than I ever did in my free time. But conduct unbecoming is something that's at the discretion of your police department. Be careful out there.
Can we all just say, thank God we were married before OnlyFans was a thing?
No kidding.
Because,
I feel bad for the young guys, like the young people,
'cause
or like the extremely old.
Good luck finding a girlfriend that's not on OnlyFans.
Dude.
Like,
I was lucky that the worst case scenario for you when we were still in the dating pool, and I've been out of the dating pool a lot longer than him, but was Snapchat.
Yeah.
It's like kind of the first little like, how active are you on Snap? Like that was a bit of a red flag, but OnlyFans, like ooh. You had to earn the hub. You had to really work for that.
Yeah.
Right. Text. Anyways, that was his question. What's going on, homie? Christian Halsey, also thank you for monetizing the often unmonetizable stream. I think I've caught up to everybody. Kool-Ace, what is going on? Man, it just like bumped really, really quickly. I think I got everything.
Zeus said he's going to stay single for life.
It's a little less expensive.
Good luck with that.
I love companionship, and I feel very complete in my life.
You would not make it as a single man.
But no, I wouldn't. No, I would be. I'd be bugging somebody. I'm too much of a social person. Like Bill would go from like really enjoying seeing me and spending time with me to being like every single time his phone ping. Like,
you'd have to live with me. I know what this is.
It'd be me and Maggie. I'd be tattooed right next. You wouldn't be able to find a picture.
You'd be on my other leg.
Anyway,
just your face on my quad.
I'll make sure and like trim up my beard and everything. At least it's a good picture.
Yeah, we'll use a good picture.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Big Killa said there are plenty of chicks not on OnlyFans. Yes, there are. But there's also still plenty of single dudes. So you're still narrowing the pool.
I think also I feel bad also like on the flip side of this. I feel bad for single ladies out there because they are having to deal with probably a very like men having a very skewed perspective.
Yeah, they're also
like,
competing with that shit.
That's what I was getting at. Like there's a lot. I was talking to my wife actually. We were at a shout out to In-N-Out. They have like a gluten friendly way of doing it. But we're sitting there and she was talking about who's that chick, real homely looking chick that's always like, oh, trad wife it or whatever. Gosh, she's a redhead. What's her name? Really like, I don't want to say unfortunate looking. That's not nice. But
what is
anyway?
her name?
She takes this idea of being like a trad wife like way too extreme.
She wears pearls in every video, right?
Pearl. No, Pearl. Pearl is her name. Pearl is her name.
Pearl's her name?
It is her name. Yes.
Oh.
So she like takes this idea of a traditional.
Yeah, Emu
like,
said Pearl.
Female. Yeah, there it is. But she like bastardizes that idea, and it's like, well, no, like you should be peers. Like if you're well paired, you should see your significant other as a peer, not as a like person that it's not like a dog.
But you know what? Like the symptom of her is the cause of it, I guess. She is. So we've gone really far this way, right? She is the opposite effect that's gone really far this way.
Yeah.
We need to go back to the middle.
Let's go back. I remember discussing this in like high school or even like early college where everyone would know you would get super extreme during like election time and they called it the race to the middle.
Yeah.
The second you got done with the primaries, you tried to seem like the most moderate candidate. Like that was the race. You'd get your base to agree with you, and then everybody would race to the middle, and now it's like...
Even the bases can't agree anymore.
That's what I was getting at.
It's
like a weird... But anyways.
It's all part of the plan.
I'm done.
Don't get me started, please.
You guys aren't here for the social takes. We're here for some police perspective.
That'll be a Patreon-only stream, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll give you guys some after-party time, and we'll talk about social happenings and machinations in 2024. But we have some police-related content. I want to thank our homies in the Discord, specifically my vigilantes. They've done a really good job of curating some content, and then for the people that contribute to that group,
my minions.
It's a very, very cool group of people there on our Discord. So
hey, You know what I saw the other day?
Hmm.
A scientific study was done. Dan, you be quiet. A scientific study was done. It said that women were the ones who made up the sleep schedule, like circadian rhythm sleep schedule thing, and it was just so their boyfriends and husbands couldn't become Batman
I take it.
because
I
he
buy
only
that.
went out at night.
Yep.
So women
buy
made
that.
it up so that their boyfriends and husbands couldn't be Batman.
It was the crowning achievement in my life when my wife described me as Batman when I was still on patrol. It like brought a tear to my eye.
Oh, Pam. Pam said, "Love being married 40 years now.
Let's go. That is the goal.
girl.
That is the goal,
That is a lucky marriage right there."
dude. That's an absolute gem. Especially like when you're like proud of it. You
Yeah.
know, it's not like I've put up with this person for a long time. Being proud of it's a good time. I've been happily married now for I guess I'm on 7 years now. I'm getting up on a decade. I'm catching up to the old people.
Wow.
Oh,
Keith.
oh, Keith.
Mom's proud of you.
Yeah, yesterday.
Wow.
Anniversary. Okay, we'll get on to videos.
I can walk.
Inadequate and embarrassing. Those are just two words used to describe the police academy that the Dallas Police Department is looking to replace with a new state-of-the-art facility. Andrea Lucia paid a visit to take you inside today to show you and to share what may soon follow.
For more than a decade, the Dallas police force has been shrinking. There are many reasons, but one
So is this big enough for your needs?
is the size of its academy.
I would say not.
So where did we
during
go?
COVID, that was the biggest excuse we were
For
given
real?
on why we couldn't hire the officers
thought
that
it was
we had
kinda
even put
nice.
in the budget.
Councilmember Adam
It was
McHugh
nice
chairs the
compared to where
city's
we were
public
coming
safety
from, that's
committee.
why.
We couldn't
Oh,
open classes
yeah, I guess we
because
didn't
you
see
couldn't even
classrooms and
space
stuff.
folks.
Or
There are
training
6
space, really.
small classrooms. Its tiny gym has broken mirrors and rusted weights.
Ooh.
And in the battered locker room,
ooh.
there aren't enough lockers for each recruit
I don't
to
mind
have
the
their
gym.
own.
It's
I don't
embarrassing
mind the gym.
when I walk through the academy. That's not a location that we really want our recruits to be in.
For years, the city has been working on its replacement.
They're military veterans
new
laughing at this right now.
You know what? You know
There's
what's
a bunch
really
of military veterans like, you have a building?
you know what's really tough for them is the incredible facility that Fort Worth PD has.
Dude,
Dude,
that's
it's
gotta
so
stink.
nice.
Anytime you guys like, I got to go there once.
It's
And I
so
went for, like,
nice.
I remember it, you remember if you guys have ever seen the very first Men in Black movie, where soon to be Agent K, or no, it's Agent J, walking in to go test with everybody.
Yeah.
It's nicer than that.
Yeah.
Like Fort Worth's facilities, kind of wild, but
We'll
yeah.
finish this
Academy
quick.
would be located here at
See if
the
there's anything.
UNT Dallas campus.
Renderings show a large,
Whoa.
brand new 3-story building
It's gonna take
located
over
near
a college.
university housing and a dart
Did she
line
say
But
UT?
certainly the message is going to be that we're in the middle of our community.
replacement.
The new academy would be located
Kid
here
goes there.
at the UNT Dallas campus.
Renderings show a large,
UNT
brand new
Dallas.
3-story
Yeah,
building
UNT Dallas.
located
Not
near
UT Dallas.
university
Yeah,
housing
University of
and a
North
dart
Texas.
line.
But certainly the message is going to be that we're in the middle of our community, in the middle of our city, as we're training our new officers.
The academy would be built to meet the department's needs with modern training equipment
Pretty dope
and space
building.
to expand on the continuing education of its veteran officers, too.
With reality-based training, with artificial intelligence, with new, very appropriate
buzzword
cultural
killing me.
training.
City Council is expecting to get the
buzzword's
estimated
So my,
cost for all this in the coming weeks.
My
and
college
then begin to search for the money
had
to get it done.
a police
In
academy.
Dallas, Andrea Lucia,
like, in it?
CBS 11 News.
So like, it was like just a universal police academy for the state, basically. So if you could go do your like criminal justice degree, and then you could go right into a police academy at the college, and
Cool.
get all of your training knocked out in one spot.
Yeah, we don't have any of that here.
It's pretty cool. I mean,
I know. Outside of COG, I guess.
Michigan's a lot smaller, especially like where I'm from in Michigan is a lot smaller. But
The Lazy Gamer, thank you for the super chat. He said he finally made it. Doug, you had already made it, but we're glad to be here with you.
let's see.
Do they even showcase it?
I don't know. They probably don't.
Probably don't. It's dumb nice.
Hey, there's Arlington.
Oh, dude. So you want to talk about like, and mind you, we're not nearly the same size as Dallas PD is, but you want to talk about a real like shit show. Our training facilities were non-existent, but we had very good training. We had very exceptionally good trainers in the terrible.
Yeah, we
facility.
did. No, we really did. Yeah, I guess they don't show it.
Yeah, I
That's
couldn't have
weird.
been more impressed and grateful for the training staff we did have while they were there. A lot of them are not there anymore, so RIP for the new people.
True.
But while we were there, I truly, and I could tell
Just later.
once we came out into like us as rookies versus like when the training staff changed.
Yeah.
A little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need AI in policing. If anything, we should be running away from that idea.
Yeah.
Reasonable and rational is very hard to code for. They had this whole push about humanizing the badge and AI.
Also, does AI have discretion?
Agreed. It shouldn't.
Or is it just gonna like read the law and say, "Oh, you broke the law, so boop."
It's also too close to IA.
True. I don't mind AI in like the training realm. Like I don't mind AI like the force simulator. I don't mind AI in there if it's working off of like what you're giving it, and then
like
it's
a video game or something like that.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't mind it there, but that's about the only place that it makes sense.
Who's got a Pia? What's going on, homie? What's that?
These are explorers.
There's dirt on my hands.
We tried.
Josh, are you hosting?
I am.
Yeah, he's
Bill, okay. I'm going to send you a link, Bill. Josh, you still have a lizard on your face.
Oh, I like my lizard.
What squad are you in?
Look at these poor little children.
What is this?
Dude,
Oh my god.
they're so young. Everyone starts somewhere. I'm not here to be disparaging, but it's weird.
Look at this kid.
Are we learning how to? You know how I learned how to light a flare?
By doing it?
On the highway.
Yeah.
And reading some instructions.
I do like that these kids are getting this kind
taste
of
of it,
training
yeah.
young.
I think very similar to like ROTC. I think it's designed to teach you if that's actually what you want to do, because it's a pretty big commitment. The military is a little different because you're signing a contract, but I think like, especially where I'd like to see more education in law enforcement, as far as like making sure that people can like write a coherent sentence on a report.
Well, who you gonna bring with your buns?
Yeah. We're not gonna watch the whole
Writing
thing.
is king.
I just like the that they're starting young, and this also, like, even if they don't go into law enforcement, at least if they have interactions with law enforcement, they know what to expect.
Yeah.
Fucking music.
Now, the only downside to those type of programs, and I've witnessed this happen, RIP to a homie that I worked with once, they can produce recruits that don't realize how far away they are from being actual police officers.
That's fair.
I remember to this day vividly, real short story time. I had a classmate of mine when I was in college, and Arlington required a degree. And she was in their Explorer program. And she was in Arlington's Explorer program, and she was like, I'm going to be a cop, and da-da-da-da-da, whatever. And she like half threw it in my face that she's like, well, I'm a shoo-in for that department. And I ended up actually being a police officer there, not being part of their Explorers program. And the whole time I worked there, never saw that person as a recruit. So, it can create.
We only knew one of them, right?
I only knew the one, and that one kind of struggle busted IRL.
Well, I mean,
That's
yeah.
another story time for another time. But yeah,
Is there a body cam of that on the internet?
100%. There's body cam of that on the internet.
How come we've never watched it?
We can have that discussion. I think I'll do some after party, but I think we can add that to one of our Tuesdays. That's a good discussion to have.
I think that's a good discussion video. We don't have to watch the
Very
whole thing,
good.
obviously, but
Very good discussion video. But yeah. I love the program. I don't like oftentimes what it produces. And I think you give people this false, it's kind of like college.
yeah.
Like college in the same way, if you go to a professional setting, I'm in marketing currently, right?
Yeah.
And I'll get kids that they just got out of college and they're like, I'm a marketing genius. And I'm like, you've never had to budget anything before.
Or the kids that go for like social media marketing.
Yep.
That's the one that
They're like, I'm real good at posting
kills
on
me.
Instagram. And I'm like,
yeah. Cool.
how about formulating an email? How about you make me a report on how that's doing?
How's your
What do you
English and
think?
grammar when you're responding to someone?
No kidding. Or just like weird thing I've actually had happen IRL is like them saying that how do I put this nicely? It's like that they needed like a crazy budget. They wanted like $100,000 for a video
Good luck.
that was gonna go onto social media. And I kind of looked at them and I was like, you're new to this stuff clearly, but like, what's your return on investment if you spend $100,000 for an Instagram reel? And they were like,
Negative.
"You'll get likes." And I was like,
Negative.
I was like, let me pass that by my boss real quick.
What? Negative $99,990.
$999. Yeah. It still might cost you more because you got to like pay taxes and benefits.
True. Yeah.
It was wild to me. I was like,
Yeah.
dog, like,
Oof.
I felt bad. Or even just like ideas and getting behind like developing your perspective or developing an argument. Like dude, ChatGPT is literally going to be the fall of the Western world. These kids aren't learning how to even develop their own thoughts.
They haven't been learning in a long time, though.
Probably true. That's probably true. Okay, what is this?
Are you ready? 1970s policing.
Hey, Keith. Right before your
Some
time.
diapers.
I was going to say this is right before your time. You were
Yep.
dreaming.
I just popped out.
This is going to be old for all of us.
Yeah.
Well, he's for real running. Oh, look at that guy getting after it. With his Class A's, he's getting after it. He's got a lot of space to make up, though.
Yeah, he does.
Like, that's a good lead. That's like a 40-yard lead. Looks good, though.
Is that a child?
That did look like a gun. Like, hey, look. That guy's being a creep. This is pre-Terry V. Who was it? Terry V. Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Checking so, huh?
Subject
Yep.
just approached a female white
I unviewed someone
child
being a
in
creep.
front of Sears Candy, Eastland
That was
Shopping.
probably enough
When you've
reasonable.
spotted suspicious circumstances that you want to look into. It's with any field inquiry.
It's just a consensual
It's
contact.
important
I was
to
going
get
to
as
say,
close to
this
the
is at
subject as you
best a
can before
consensual.
he's
I'm not
aware.
saying don't interact with it, but understand your authority.
Get in as close as possible with your car without alerting him. But remember, in the car you'd be at a
I
complete
do like this like
disadvantage
Ken
if you had to
Burns
draw a weapon.
monologue here.
So the final approach should
Are you
be on
holding a
foot.
bag of candy?
Those old school GM. Still have those in cars now.
And whenever you can, with a pedestrian suspect, choose a location where escape routes are limited.
He's looking at him.
And you're off.
Oh. So this is unprovoked flight?
Get
I
word
guess
out of
is
the
what he's
pursuit
going
in
with?
any way possible.
Huh.
Call the police department. This is before portable.
Yeah.
Shut up
true.
to my dog.
If there's no time to look around corners, swing wide around them. Your man could be lying in wait.
Good advice.
That's great advice, actually. Good girl. Also easier on your knees.
Yeah.
taking a real hard 90-degree turn, very hard on your knees. Also harder to do in like high ankle boots.
Yeah.
With like mid ride or high ride.
He's probably wearing like dress shoes though.
And let the suspect run interference.
Do one of you want to hit the
Like Penny
soundboard for
Loafers?
me?
Oh, I got you.
Let the other guy fall into the holes or run into clotheslines or other obstacles and traps.
Patrolman, you have a
Try to
problem.
follow him practically step for step.
I still don't know why he's chasing him.
You want to hit? You want to hit the other
But be
soundboard thing?
prepared for the
I got
possibility
you.
of the suspect laying down his own
Yeah,
mind.
because you don't have PC, you dumb motherfucker.
Generally in hot pursuit.
I don't know what he's running
It's
after.
holstered too often.
I don't think we do
Warning shots
either.
resulted in death for uninvolved people or supporting officers.
Also, like, how did he go from a store to like a neighborhood? My dog's getting after it.
If you lose sight of your man, slow down so you can be alert to possible ambush.
Yep.
Or don't go tearing off in the wrong direction.
It's counterproductive. It was all good actually
Yeah.
advice.
No, it is good
If he
advice.
had PC.
Yeah, that's the problem here.
Could have just like pushed it.
Ooh,
If your man goes
I think
down,
that guy actually ate it.
don't count on us staying that way.
slid into the fence.
Don't let up and give him a second chance. Keep coming on till you've got him nailed. Where he's only a suspect, there's no use pulling your
Not
weapon.
great.
He may know you can't shoot, and you just be tying up one of your hands.
Guy tearing that guy's shoulder up. Hey, he's compliant. My dog.
Okay, get up.
Take him back to the car with the minimum force necessary.
Take him back to the car. Bro, you just ran 2 miles.
I know. I tell you what, he ain't gas, bro.
Also, what are
I
you
give this
arresting
guy-
him for?
Yeah. Unprovoked flight, dog. That's a crime, right?
Ah,
Spontaneous shock.
He's arresting
Oh,
him for mopery.
Pause it real quick. I hate that I was a police officer in the late 2010s. It's still how most of my uses of force went. It's right here. It's right here. Hold on. There it is.
yep.
I can't.
Well, you
I
know,
can't say how dumb it felt every time I had to
when
do
we
it.
were policing, weapon-mounted lights weren't a thing. Like, they weren't even invented yet.
Yeah.
So-
They weren't even invented yet. Hadn't been a thing for decades.
Yeah.
You know?
Just not like,
Damn.
not super like versatile and easy to use. Like,
Yeah. Nope.
yeah.
They didn't have holsters specifically made for that.
We didn't do low light shooting that they would have been great for. They probably wouldn't have increased accuracy because we could do 2-hand shooting. None of that.
None of
you
that.
know? No.
Especially for like officers that work like most of their patrol life at night. Or I
Maybe
required
us.
3 flashlights on my person all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
So,
Yeah, dog.
no big deal.
It's a pretty good flashlight
Nighttime
for like a
pursuit
mag
has
light.
its own problems. You might feel the suspect's going to get away if you don't hold your light on him. But at the same time, you can spill on a hazard and really lose him if you don't check your own path. And because there's more chance of ambush at night, when you lose sight of your suspect, get a lot more cautious.
Good advice.
Freeze! Freeze!
Freeze.
Hold it, police officer!
How dare you be wearing a white shirt at night?
Freeze.
Hey, Johnny ran in between the Volkswagen and the pickup. You go a little
hear
bit
dogs.
further, about 2 cars up. Larry, go on past him. Okay, you guys stay there and I'll check along with these Volkswagens.
With other officers available, a quadruped
Foot chases
should
at
be
night
established.
outside of radio traffic
Then
really haven't changed
gradually,
that much.
carefully,
Yeah.
methodically,
I've had to do
slow
that
it in.
too many times. Especially like big kids breaking into cars all the time. Pulling on door handles, like I can't tell you how many times.
It's that flat you can.
Always check under the car.
Suspect
Free
where you
advice.
think- Watch for in.
John, I'll hold it here by the van if you guys will come on across and see if you can find him.
Lights on boot.
Keep your hands up so we can see him, pal.
Is he under a car?
Also, Michael, it's good to see you, man.
He's under a car.
He was he?
Yep.
Let's fucking go, bro.
Suit on foot.
It's like I've been a cop before.
It all adds up to one of
Only
the
on
toughest
TV.
jobs an
Oh,
officer
God,
can perform.
TV.
We've just Is this true or false?
All right. We're good.
Soliciting a minor. I guess that's what he's going for here, right?
Maybe.
Without interviewing the victim, the alleged victim here.
Yeah.
Kid could have been special needs. You know, for all you know, you're over here hooking him up for fun.
Kid could have been dealing.
Could have been.
deal. Yeah,
He could have kidnapped that girl.
that's true.
He might
I
have
don't
just
know.
saved a life.
Results matter, okay? That's
That's
all. That's all we got here.
That's right. That's right.
Where's that doggy at? Can I pet that dog?
No. No, you cannot.
Now turn back around again. Now turn back around again.
Hard left, hard left, hard left.
For the next 72 hours, I'm checking in as a cadet
Are you kidding me?
at the Pennsylvania State Trooper Academy.
You need to get with the program. Do you understand? Sir, yes, sir.
I'm going to experience 3 days of what a cadet goes through during this 26-week
They drink
curriculum.
water.
Welcome to episode 1.
Got saved.
I'm
Welcome,
guessing.
Welcome.
Grab a partner, grab a circle, go. Hurry up, let's go.
We're getting muted here, yeah.
Yeah. I'm guessing the water is just because they never know what they might get called into.
Yeah. This is weird. So
Cadet
they're doing
work
wrestling.
conditioning
That's
type.
like Greco wrestling kind
Yeah.
of stuff, or just standard American wrestling. I think
More
wrestling
towards
is
conditioning.
valuable. I'm not
this
saying it's
music,
invaluable, but wrestling won't help you handcuff somebody. It'll help
Throughout my 3 days in the academy, you'll notice that I'm not clean shaven. And that's because I have a condition called rosacea. You can see it a little bit here. I got it approved that I did not have to shave.
If you use this excuse in academy, I'm sorry about your medical condition, but I have very little sympathy for you. I shaved every 2 days.
I had to shave every day.
I bet you did. But like for years. It was like almost a whole part of my budget.
Yeah.
Like
Razors are expensive.
dog. And then like I used to have to do the like the nicer. I couldn't just use like the Gillette
No,
shave
dude.
cream.
No.
I had to use nicer shaving cream.
With aloe and
And then I
I
had
had
to
to
do
use
like,
shave balm after.
I was gonna say because if not, I mean, because the problem is you would shave right like that morning because you
Yeah.
didn't do it at night because you're an idiot if you do it at night.
Correct.
You'd shave in the morning, and then have to go fight somebody, even in academy. Like
Yep.
have to go roll with somebody, and you'd get cut, or you'd hit your face on a fence,
Yep.
or you'd get stuck with like the jackass that's handcuffing by kneeing you in the face on accident, and like inevitably you'd get like scraped on
Yep.
that thing that's just like pretty recently shaved.
Also, like shaving my neck and then our uniform shirts.
Dog,
That
right here.
irritation. Ugh. Ugh.
Also, like when
Plus the
you're, like,
vest.
the radio loop, dog.
Ugh. Ugh.
Every once in a while, would get you like.
That's
ooh,
why my beard is as long as it is.
dog.
with a blade, which I get roasted for later in the video. At one point in Chow, I went into a daze because the whole experience so far reminded me so much of Navy boot camp.
Should be.
I
Stadies do typically have harder academies than
Yeah.
municipal and even like county cops.
Yeah.
They tend to have much harder academies.
I do kind of love that it's this military style where like
Yeah.
they live there, they do everything there, they're there like the whole time.
This is going to be a not fun take for people that are probably excited about law enforcement or whatever, but anyone that's been a cop will understand this. This is designed to teach you that you're not important.
Right.
That's why this training is so critical. It's,
Yeah.
it's important that it's stressful. It's important that it's demoralizing. It's important that like it lowers your self-esteem. It should deflate your ego and the whole nine, because in both the profession itself and then in general, just as being a rookie, right? Like you don't matter.
Yeah.
The oath you take is what matter, and the responsibility you have to the people that you're serving matters. You do not.
And I think that's important for like certain departments.
Yeah.
But I think like city and county, I think they need a little bit less militarized You know what I mean?
I could see different recruits having different needs, but like the issue ends up being, and I run into this all the time. We see this a lot when we watch these. These guys couldn't work a domestic to save their lives.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same problem I have with people that come from like being an MP.
Yeah.
Which is military police for the uninitiated.
I don't think MP has any correlation to city policing.
Can't conduct investigations. Don't know how to treat people.
It's so much different.
And to be fair, it's a different world. You're having to deal with a bunch of enlisted hooligans, right? But like when you're a cop, at least in America, it should be this way. You're dealing with free people, and they're free until the rules say they're not, right? And so like the way you act and conduct yourself should be with that in mind. You're a public servant, not a jailer. Jailer, very different ballgame.
Yeah.
Right? And even, even if you're at the military capacity where you're a military officer, a good MP is just going to know how to deal with shitbags, and he's going to be very good at that. And that's a wonderful skill to have.
But you don't talk to other enlisted people the way you talk to civilians.
It's just very, very different. And it should be, because the relationship's very different. They didn't sign a contract to go be part of your Army or Marine Corps or whatever. They're free people who are paying for you to exist.
Because you remember the one that we worked with? He came out right after us.
Mm-hmm.
Not right after us. 2 classes after us, I guess. He had a very hard time working calls.
He struggle busted.
And he was my age.
And he was a good dude, too.
Yeah.
I liked him.
Yes.
And as a cop to another cop, and when it, like, I needed him to, like, be a registered adult and go handle a hard situation. It was watching him struggle. It was weird because he was so good at the rest of the job.
Yeah.
Very squared away, very smart, but
also you saw with him, if there was even the slightest escalation of like verbal resistance,
dude,
he like
it is not good.
I'm like, bro, listen.
Hey, look, he just talked about your mama. You need to calm down.
I'm down to fight if you are, but let's not talk ourselves into it, okay? Please.
I get into enough uses of force. I don't need.
Yeah, I don't need you helping me. I don't know. He was a good dude, but
good dude.
And he's a prime example of why I don't think MP
is really
translates.
Yeah.
Well to all right,
Practicing being firefighters or what? What is this? What is this outfit?
This is a tactical janitor squad. Or mechanics.
Oh. The horses.
There we go.
What an interesting wrinkle. Like to learn how to be around horses. Oh no, they're just making them clean.
Yeah, they're cleaning.
You know what?
But they do ride the horse, it looked like.
That's kind of wild to me.
Zeus, you can become an MP. Just don't think that's going to translate into policing 100%.
What makes you very what I would consider a good MP, like a great MP, would make you a bad cop, and vice versa. What would make you a bad cop or a good cop probably does not help you all the time as an MP because of who you're dealing with.
This is a lot of horse.
This is just him scooping.
Oh, here you go, Josh.
There it is. Let's go.
It's a barn cat.
Dude, the best kind. They actually do something useful as opposed to the ones I have.
Frag said he takes issue with the MP comments. The issue regarding MPs is more complex. I mean, maybe.
Everyone's an individual, and I believe that. But it's just, I have a lot of the issues that I see that why is he doing stuff by himself?
I don't know. I just feel like policing in a city is going to be one of the hardest things you could ever do.
I think
everyone you come in contact with is so unpredictable.
I would take the average infantry guy or the average I don't know,
energy weapons.
Before I got tased, at the end of the day, we go through a series of taser instruction that explains the taser and how it can be used to stop a threat.
13% of the time.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, they got the new fancy ones.
Yeah. Good for him.
They made him use iPro. Oh no, we had to use.
We had to,
iPro.
yeah, we had to wear them. This is what I want to see.
Naked dudes in the same area.
Oh, pause it.
I miss it.
Oh, that's the shower.
This is exactly the showers that
Yeah.
we had. Ours were wall mounted. I
We
think
did
had
have
a
some.
5-ticket one.
We had one in the center or two in the center, right?
Did we? Yeah.
Pretty sure. But yeah, we had wall mounted ones too.
Hey, if he's from the Navy, we should be home.
He probably missed it.
These are the X2 cartridges.
Yes, been sword
Problems
fighting with
that
anybody
go
in a
inside the
while.
body.
We're here in the gymnasium, Pennsylvania.
He might sword fight at home.
We're gonna do a
He might
drive
sword
by,
fight
and
at
then
home.
we're gonna do the actual.
I will say that there.
So, kind of nervous about it.
A handful
First
of
time being
things
tased, and then to see it being bitten by canines.
It is an unfortunate case.
Let's get over it.
When
The
it works.
importance of our members being exposed to the taser is so
I'll
that they
still
can
take
articulate
Taser
what the
10 out of
subject
10
or
times
end user
over
is
OC.
experiencing because they have been
I
exposed
could
to it as
take
well.
Yes. Ready.
In a court of law, a lot of times we have to articulate why we utilize the action in
never
which
be
we did.
articulating
What that
failure.
does is allows the member the
This is a failure
confidence
on
to
your
be able
part.
to explain ultimately what that subject is feeling and how to be able to treat them
Let's see how he
after
takes
the
it.
exposure.
Everybody roll.
Okay.
Yes. Ready.
Pretty normal.
Those
didn't
were
pee?
the 5
He did not
worst
pee.
seconds of my entire life.
It's not that bad.
OC's worse. They didn't make him do OC day. Getting tased is unfortunate though.
Yeah.
I'd rather tased than pepper spray. Yeah. OC's kind of sucks. Don't drop this, Dad. This is similar to the Police Academy movie. We don't talk about the Police Academy movie.
Somebody put a Police Academy clip in today's stream, and I just ignored it. So whoever put it in there, I ignored your video. Sorry.
That's incredible.
We've taken enough hate comments from shitting all over that stupid movie. I know we've seen this before, but we're gonna watch it again.
How do you say that?
Mennonite?
Courtesy,
160
Mennonite.
traffic. Mennonite.
I thought we were talking about Mennonites.
Being South Lot 29.
I was trying to read
Like
it.
Amish.
Corner block of 13th Ave, Minnesota 127 Union, Tom Charles. 127 Union,
Just
Tom
gotta read the
Charles.
plate. Come on, man.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm not gonna
Who's just stopped just for your speed going down 8th Street?
8th Street, Cap.
You turned off at 13th Ave and then you went...
I told you, I know what you mean. After I get a tie tied on a presentation and thought my buddy was home, but he's not, and I'm running behind ice.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering why you looped down 8th Street and then back
that
up
house
6th.
at the end, that's one of my good friends' house, and he knows how to tie ties, and I honestly don't know how to.
Where's your tie?
Right here.
While I do this, why don't you grab your proof of insurance and your driver's license quick?
Yes, sir.
My boy is
It's kind of hard with all this crap on.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I can have something in class here, too.
good dad moments. I'd totally give him a ticket if he had time. We'll tell your time. I'm gonna give you this ticket.
Yeah, I kinda thought I was
Here's your
gonna get
speeding
dinged up when you were
ticket.
behind me.
I was going to stop you sooner, but then that blazer pulled out between
The only
us.
downside too is like I have a very tall torso.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna
You're
get
supposed
me
to
there.
get like
and
the tongue of the tie like
Yeah.
close to your belt. And if it was that for me, it'd be
There's
like
only a
covering
little bit of a
more
tail
kids, like,
there, so-
Crocs or whatever. Let's see the fit. Let's see the fit. Right there.
Never. Well, it's almost too long, but...
I'm gonna have this jacket on, so.
Oh yeah, this is a tag.
Looks good.
What happened to me?
Thank you.
All right,
That's
man,
pretty
slow
long.
down.
That's pretty long, dog.
You bet.
It's covering. If it's covering your fly, it's too long.
Yeah, just a bit.
I think that's an important. That is an important life skill for anybody that wears a tie. Is learning to tie a tie. I can only do like a really simple, like 4 in the hand or whatever. I don't do anything fancy with it, but I can tie it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I could tie a tie anymore. I haven't done it since Academy.
I thought that, and then I did it recently. I had to do it for a wedding recently, and it took me like a good 2 minutes to be like, well, like which direction does it like? Do you use it like upside down first, and then you tie it, and then I figured it out.
Yeah.
It'll
I
come
would
back.
I would just watch on YouTube. I'd be like,
it's that simple. I had to when I was in.
No, that's a lie.
School.
I would just buy a clip-on because I don't give a fuck.
When I was in high school, I had to go and look it up on because this was pre-YouTube. That's how old we are.
Yeah, we are.
But or pre-YouTube having anything useful, probably. But
well, what do you mean? Salad fingers was useful. Okay.
I remember going to a library and getting a book. Stop. And that's how I learned how to tie a tie. I had to do it from a book. So
I bet half our chat doesn't even know what that is.
You're missing out, kiddos.
I'm gonna put it in the Discord.
You should.
Right now. No way anyone's still alive to copyright us for this song.
In the day-to-day conduct of your police duties, no matter how or for what reason you're called to investigate a situation in a residence, use your eyes to detect evidence of marijuana, hashish, or narcotic violations.
See? Frag agrees with me. He said a clip-on is best if you're in a position where you might have to lay hands on someone.
Frag's onto something here. Whoa.
In one sense,
Thank you,
might
Keith.
say a room is like a field investigation report or a booking sheet. But
I just looked at your
unfortunately,
link.
the information isn't typed clearly on the
You're welcome,
form
sir.
waiting to be read.
It's nice, isn't
The
it?
evidence you're looking
Oh, dude,
for is
we'll pull
here,
it up at
all
the
right.
end.
Yeah, those
But it
pictures
has
are
to be
gorgeous.
located before you can read it. And it has to be read with specially trained eyes. For example, inexperienced eyes would probably
Stupid
overlook the
salad
valid
finger.
evidence of marijuana and hashish use that are
That'll be a
apparent
good one.
on this coffee table. But in the law of evidence, you can't guess. You have to be sure.
Taste test it.
Ashtrays,
There you
being
go.
open
Smoke
to
it.
view and easy of access, are logical places to use your eyes for evidence of marijuana violations. And the
Marijuana?
logical evidence to look for is a partly consumed marijuana cigarette. Marijuana cigarettes are called joints.
Joints.
One that has been partly smoked is called a roach.
No.
There are
Okay.
some noticeable differences between a marijuana or grass joint and the butt of an ordinary cigarette.
Training
Note the
video.
burned end of the ordinary cigarette.
Yeah. It's the filter.
Cigarette tobacco contains a burning agent that keeps the tobacco ignited and burning smoothly. Result, fine gray ash and an evenly burned end. Marijuana has no such burning agent mixed with it. Therefore, it's
I
hard
like
to
the
keep
old
lit.
school buck knife.
It
Yeah.
burns unevenly and generally ends up as a scorched, irregularly burned butt.
Like a cigar.
Note this burned hot spot in the paper. Unrefined marijuana, called unmanicured, often contains
Unmanicured.
But this, the
marijuana
first
seeds
clue
burn
should
very
be
hot,
smell.
often
Yeah.
exploding like tiny
your
bombs through the
notes.
paper. These bomb craters are clearly
Yoinks.
visible even at a distance
Likely
to
film.
those who use their eyes. Machine-made cigarettes are generally round, or in any case, they're uniform in shape.
That's a sharp knife, dude.
Cigarette paper is very thin, and all commercial cigarettes are
using this
wrapped in single
tiny
paper.
Cigarette.
Commercial cigarette tobacco filaments are uniform in size and
You
finely
know when you
shredded.
should use your eyes? When you come up to a car that's parked in a park after hours and there's a bunch of tobacco from a swisher outside the window.
Yep.
That's when you should use your eyes.
That's when you should do it.
Soft and pliable in texture.
Or don't if you're trying to go home on time.
Marijuana joints, being handmade, are seldom perfectly round or uniform in size with respect to each other.
Satan's parsley.
Inside, the grass, even if manicured, which this is not finely straight, but contains small, irregular lengths of stalks
Either that or
and
black and
stems,
milds.
and as we said, seeds.
Seeds
Use
and
your
stems.
eyes to look for partially consumed marijuana roaches. They are prima facie evidence that the premises are being used for an illegal purpose. And this brings up an important legal point.
Stop touching it with your
Unless
hand.
an officer has in hand
Well,
or
it doesn't have
observed
fentanyl on
such
it back
positive
then.
evidence,
I guess you're right.
he cannot legally
It's
look any
oregano.
further, not even to find out what else this ashtray may contain. But if he uses his eyes and sees
I
such
tell you what,
evidence,
back then you might get some nose
like this
candy
roach,
though.
for example,
true.
he can
That
legally
cocaine was a
continue
lot
his
more-
investigation, which is what we now propose to do.
Back when it was good and pure.
Yeah.
It would be very helpful to an investigating officer if all the distracting evidence of ordinary living could be removed, leaving only the evidence he is looking for concentrated conveniently in one place. Don't get the idea an investigation ever is this easy. We're just
Often
using
not.
a little camera magic here to make it easier to
Little
find
camera
the evidence
magic.
we're looking for. This hair clip may or may not be prima facie evidence of marijuana use.
It's a roach clip.
You have to use your eyes and your understanding of legal evidence to find out. This is an item you might find anywhere in a residence, on the floor, on a coffee table, under a sofa seat, anywhere. And this one is not evidence of marijuana use. But this one is.
This
What's the
burnt one.
difference between them? Well, use your eyes and you'll see. Take a careful look at the end.
But they're gonna have somebody
See that
straight
burned
up
tip?
smoke with one on camera. This is why. Oh.
Metal clips are commonly
Let's
used
go!
to hold marijuana cigarettes for smoking. The shorter
Yeah,
the
get every
roach
bit of it,
becomes, the harder it is to keep lit.
Yeah, dog.
Frequent lighting and the heat of the burning marijuana, which is 5 or 6 times as hot as tobacco, leaves heat marking or burns on the metal of the roach clip. The unmarked
Bro, that
clip is
you
just
know
a
you're
woman's hair
struggling
clip.
too.
Yeah.
But under the law of
Dog,
evidence,
when you're having
the
to
burn mark on
get
the
every
other
little
clip
bit of it.
changes it
Oh.
into an item of marijuana
struggle busting down.
paraphernalia, which gives
I would
this
let that
alligator
go.
clip, for example, is a perfectly legal item of hardware.
Yeah.
This one, scorched at the tip,
I
is
still
an
don't
item
buy
of
this one, though.
marijuana paraphernalia.
No.
This bobby pin is legal in any home. This one, with a roach
Well, that's
fragment
got
stuck to
roach
it,
in it.
is
That's
a
different.
prima facie item of marijuana paraphernalia. Such
Imagine
solid
charging
legal
someone
evidence
with
justifies further search,
paraphernalia for
or
With
the
a
issuance
hair
of a
clip.
search warrant,
No.
or would sustain a marijuana use case in court.
I know someone who would, but
Don't overlook the floor
He probably did.
or the
You
rugs
probably
around
haven't.
sofas and chairs.
Dog,
in your
we're getting
search
into
for
it.
undisputable proof that marijuana has been used recently in this room. This, obviously, is a cigarette box revealed a half-smoked. Use our eyes. Here's some very important evidence to reinforce the previous evidence of the half-smoked marijuana joint.
Papers?
Hold on, papers. Hold
Zigzag
on.
brand cigarette papers.
Oh, that
A
brand.
police lab test will confirm that this paper is identical to the paper the joints and roaches were rolled in.
They're doing too
It is
much.
perfectly legal to have any kind of
They ain't
tobacco
paying for a
cigarettes
lab
in the
test for
home,
that. Come on now.
but not a marijuana
You
cigarette,
might have in the 70s
nor a supply of marijuana in a plastic bag,
when the,
commonly called a lid.
Reefer Madness came out.
This, of course, is marijuana itself. the
Bro,
best
that's
evidence of all.
90% stems.
It has
What?
distinctive characteristics. Learn them.
Ugh.
Use your eyes.
Anyways, we're done teaching
It
people
also
how to
has a
play
distinctive
marijuana.
aroma. So use your nose as well as your eyes.
I want to see him roll it.
Marijuana
Give it
has
a
a
taste.
sweet square of tinfoil doing here. Strange as it may
That's
seem,
different.
such squares of foil are strong
Oh.
evidence that hashish is being smoked on the premises.
Hashish.
Only educated eyes would recognize this.
All right.
Is this how you learned, Keith? Don't lie. Don't lie.
So the agency I did my drug vaccination training, I think I told y'all about that. So we only had 2 training classes. So we were in
Hashish.
one, and there were cadets in the class next door to us. So when the guy was in there and he's like, okay, so he lit up the hemp, to let everybody smell what the bear. You should have seen the glass door. The little window in the door wasn't nothing but little cadet eyes in there looking, seeing if they could come in and join the party with us. But it was pretty funny. But no, yeah, that's fun.
We got a 1-day class on recognizing some of this stuff. You learn so much more in field training.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was pretty fortunate. Yeah, tinfoil spoons, your little meth pipes. That's a little bit more.
Man, it's all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah. True blue. NYPD.
Police, go! Someone's got him! Hold on! Police, don't move!
Christian Halsey, thank you for the super chat.
Uh-oh.
Foil for heroin and fent. Never heard it referred to as fent. I'll call it fent. It'd be like fentanyl.
So we saw the car by the Inquisitor. We broke the window, he took off. He's He dumped the car over here. There was 3 in the car. 2 of them ran together.
They got like 3 stops. Yeah, where's the car?
I could take it to the car. I could take it to the car.
So they got these guys in custody.
I'm gonna take him to the car.
At that
Take him to
night,
the
we
car.
had received intel of a group of gentlemen that's known to the Jeff
they film
Mob
this in the
gang
closet?
inside of a car.
I guess.
Member on a field
They
team
wanted
was
it
able
to look
obtain the
dark
license
and
plate
moody like
and
Game
run
of
that plate.
Thrones.
Turned out the car was stolen.
Sarah, what's going
Later
on?
that day,
Turns out
that car
the car
was
stolen.
put over the radio transmission in regards to a shots fired in the 2-4 precinct. We also received notification that the car had left Manhattan and entered the Bronx using the 145 bridge. We then seen 2 RMPs with their lights and sirens and heard them come over the radio that they were following the car and trying to stop the car.
We're gonna watch this call and then move on.
When we did go to attempt to block in the
glad.
car and stop it, we did break windows in the car. He did flee after that.
Crazy.
He's running.
Why did he run after the car?
Who knows?
When
He's
we
the
did
Flash.
see the car, that's when the 3 occupants did run out of the vehicle.
Yo, get the car, we out.
They wrecked? Look at him holding his radio in his hand. I guess for fun.
Where are you, bro? Where are you? Where? Where? Give me an address. Something. Where's the one stop? Press, give me your location.
He will get on the radio.
No, it's not
Being on the radio is not helping you.
Where's that? No, that's where.
They're running, dog.
Ooh.
Ass tail Mike.
On concrete. Ooh. I mean, if it's a stolen car, you're gonna get apprehended.
Hopefully that's the suspect.
That's what I was gonna say, dog.
We got one more outstanding? We got one more outstanding? Yeah. There was 3 of them in the car. 3 in the car?
At least this wasn't
When Dad went to this one, I
2000.
stayed on him. Anything on you? Got anything on you?
This kind of looks like Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Because it's the same
Safe.
city, but
The cops, and including the person that we arrested, no one got hurt. No one in the public got hurt.
Allegedly.
One thing I always thought about our former
dude
chief,
didn't get
Brian
hurt?
McGee, he would he would come to our attack plans, and while we're doing search warrants, and I want you them.
all right. Possession of a loaded firearm. Whoa.
Oh wow. How dare he?
New York's kind of wild.
That's why you don't live
He
in
was released
liberal
without
shitholes.
bail back into the community.
For real? Probably.
Yikes.
That's what it. Well, that's what the thing said. He was released without bail back in the
Yeah,
community.
that's what it said.
One of the worst cities. Yeah, New York City is kind of wild, dude. I don't envy as much as I think that New York, the state's kind of just absolutely bonkers. New York, that's a whole other. That's a country and a city, which is kind of wild.
Yeah,
I don't envy those guys.
Not at all.
What happened? How does a bait car
Where would
work?
the camera be?
Take that speaker. If it is, the camera's the speaker. The camera's right there. Like, right in the fucking ear, right there. Right. But there's no wire. There's nothing. Wireless. What do you mean, like, two?
It looks like it's in the door.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a bait car. It's not. It's I don't think it is. It's like
Not
a
a
teenager
tool.
note, if you know what I mean. Teenager note.
Teenagered out.
Yeah, it is. There's mad shit.
That's different.
I didn't do nothing. I just turned this button.
He's blaming his girlfriend. What'd you do?
I'd laugh the engine just cut out. Oh, the car died, bro. Yeah, bro.
It's a big car.
Oh, it died. Died. Oh my god, cut that. No.
That'd be awful. They cut the brakes.
Another car, man.
Well, he wasn't using the brakes, which was weird.
He's stopping, too.
Jeez.
Oh, it's a big car. It's a big car in my ass. Please don't be a cop. Pray it's not a cop. Oh, fuck's sakes. Go. Fuck, it's a cop.
He's got his sleeves up, trying to not put fingerprints on anything.
Oh no, big fella.
Wow.
Oh, that was pretty smooth actually.
Yeah.
Why does it say young love?
He still wanted to give it to his girl.
That'd be incredible. I don't know how I feel about this music. It's got to be copyright free, right?
Can you need a light?
Anyways, bait cars and bait technology is not new. I actually really like the concept of bait like items. So we had bait like 360s, or we had bait trailers, a bunch of stuff. And the whole idea is, like everyone says, they have this fear that the bait comes. It's kind of like with prostitutes, like, are you a cop? You know, or drug dealer, are you a cop? Good thing.
I'm so excited right now, like my life just got so much better, eh, babe?
We had what?
Not
4 bait cars? 3 bait
I get
cars?
no gas and stuff in here.
Yeah, but this car is like, it doesn't look easy because it's like newer.
Here, no, I'm
Yeah, McDonald's.
Hold on, turn this heater off. I can't concentrate. All the way off. Find me a couple dollars in here. 1, 2, 3.
Almost everybody's kind of methy. Almost always, dude. Entrapment! Juan. That sounds sensitive.
What am I going to get for you? Can I get,
No
2
way.
junior chickens? And then $10 just in case we need for gas for emergency.
LA.
Oh, this is gangster. Yeah. I'm f***ing not choked anymore. And we have almost a full tank. Actually, we can fit 3 boxes in that for stuff, eh? This one doesn't have a radio, eh?
Eh?
Oh, you turned it off.
I almost spit out my drink.
Eh?
Ooh, turn on the
I
radio.
just turned this button.
Oh yeah, we're in a
That's
basement.
emus people.
Are we?
Yeah.
These are emu people.
You're lying.
So I just get out. Tell my car died.
Please, look to your hands. Look to your hands. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up.
So do they all get charged, or just
Yes.
the driver?
Hands up. Stay there.
They're
Like,
all.
I guess
get
just
out.
put the videos in
Put
there.
your
They're all
hands up.
complicit.
They're all in possession of stolen property, right?
Driver here, Jared. Yeah, take the driver up first. Hop under the wheels. Keep your hands straight up in the air. Straight up in the air. Keep your hands up in the air. Get out
Boom!
of the
You get smoked right there.
Don't get out of the vehicle. I told you to get your hands up. I told you to keep them up. And you're reaching over. Give me that.
See, he's pissed.
What the hell are you doing? Let me see your hands.
I don't want to take my phone.
Oh.
Put your hands up and keep them up. You keep them up. Your hands.
Okay.
The cop's pissed.
I really don't.
The last one.
Criminal trespass of a vehicle, millennial.
We'll give you.
Never changed that.
Right there.
I'm not upset. I'm okay, now what?
All right, yeah, we get it. Where's the other one?
That's the one. So this is apparently early on in Canada's attempt to take cars. Shout out to Emu for giving me the backstory.
I like their little slogan: "Steal one, go to jail."
This is one of their first attempts at trying to do a fake vehicle.
What's he shooting at?
No, he's trying to shoot, but unfortunately the revolver's not working. He's really getting after it.
Does he also have guns?
Looks like he's trying to clean at it while he's driving.
Yeah, what was he trying to? He was trying to cut turn it into a snub nose? Because that was a hacksaw. A Game Boy? What a dick.
This was 04? Is that right?
Yeah. June 6th of 04. Is this a pickup truck?
I believe so.
It sounds like a diesel.
Are we back? I got one.
Huh?
Oh, it's just random.
Oh, they keep freezing.
Just know, people, this is what meth does.
Yeah, don't do drugs, kids.
Pretty usual.
Is he driving the wrong way?
Good job.
Four-year jail sentence. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Apparently, the backstory on this is the mechanism that was supposed to disable this car didn't work. There was a lot of hard conversations of dear chief and dear city and dear mayor.
Yeah.
That were written about that. Everything, like all new technology. Tasers were the same way. Apparently, weapon-mounted lights were the same way.
Yeah.
Whoa. Was it the grappler? The grappler kind of went on without a hitch so far, but
yeah, I mean,
all new technology
pretty sweet.
That gets implemented has growing pains. Not as many as this did, unfortunately. Yeah. What is this?
We protect, preserve, and keep the city safe. We're in every neighborhood, on every street, on every street corner, at every event.
More Canada, eh?
We take care of the details that take care of the city. We work for this city. We are the VPD. We look out for one another. We have each other's back. The Vancouver Police exemplify integrity, accountability, compassion, respect, and excellence. We reflect the city we protect. Vancouver is one of the best cities in the world to police. As a member of the VPD, your job is a combination of crime fighter, investigator, mentor, counselor, and first responder. We have the tools you need. If you have what we need, then we have a place for you. Join us and be part of a team that makes a difference. The Vancouver Police. We go.
You make a difference until you enforce tyrannical rules.
Yeah. So what's weird is the phrase "the best city to police."
Hilarious.
Is like kind of missing the point, right? Like,
yeah,
it should be community to serve, right? Yeah. Like, hey, you have a really cool community. They're very engaged, and everyone's very invested in the community. And so, when you're a police officer there, everyone has a vested interest in safety. It's not just you against the city, right?
Yeah.
But saying it's the best city to police is kind of like being like, well, you have unlimited authority to go and do whatever the hell you want. Like, it's kind of weird. It's a weird way of articulating that.
Yeah.
And that's because they had time.
Oh, man.
Beth, we have your drugs. Folks, Sheriff Lamb here. So this week, one of my deputies made a stop on a vehicle on the I-10 for a traffic violation. He made contact with the driver, who was very nervous. While asking him questions, deputy just didn't feel right, so he asked to do a consent to search. The driver agreed. During that search, the deputy located these drugs that you're seeing right now. In total, about 80 pounds of fentanyl pills, which is about 360,000 pills. There's also 9 pounds of cocaine in the vehicle. Well, once the ref really knew he was in trouble, he beat feet. He ran from the deputies. Unfortunately, we did not locate him. But 23-year-old Zareth Valdez of Nogales, we know who you are.
He ran and got away.
We have your drugs, and we're going to come find you. And folks, as soon as we find him, we're going to post the booking photo so you can see that we're holding this guy accountable.
Wow.
Hey, Zareth.
That's embarrassing.
Now, hear me out. Good on you for, I guess, getting a cool bust. But a PC-less search of a car, consent or no?
Oh, like, how dumb are you to consent to search?
It's kind of like...
I don't understand.
It's kind of like...
just say no.
It'd be like LeBron playing like a pickup game of basketball with some high school kids. Like, if they're consenting to search, like, I don't want rights, so just do what you want.
I guess.
And then you let him get away?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he ran. Like, I'd like to see the officer that pulled him over now.
Well, because he didn't get away in his car.
Right.
He ran on foot.
He ran on foot.
In the day and age of radios, if the guy from the 70s with no radio and no backup...
Also, didn't he say they were on a highway?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
nighttime.
where did he run? Like,
That's
bro,
weird.
unless he booked it across all lanes, and
then
like,
it's just like a bushcraft expert.
Yeah.
and is just surviving in the wilderness.
but it's Arizona, right? That's where he's from.
Ain't nothing out there. What are you
luck.
running through?
Good luck.
Hey, put the bat down! Police, drop the bat!
I
This
want
is
you to
Secret
take all the
Service.
notions that you have about what we do in the Secret Service, that you've seen on the movies and on TV shows, and I want you to throw it out the window. The Secret Service is the premier law enforcement agency in the world. It is by
Pause real quick.
far the best protected.
You know how many presidents died under my watch as a police officer?
None.
Take that, L. Anyways, we'll keep going.
agency
The premier.
that's ever been. The Secret Service has a zero-fail mission. That is now your responsibility. That is now the weight on your shoulders. Now you have to earn it every single day.
The guys are actually really good. Let's give them our
The Secret Service, like HRT team. Holy
they're legit.
shit.
They're legit.
Those dudes. I'm pretty sure you have to be like former special forces, something crazy. Whoa, what is going on over there, Juan?
Juan's having a good time.
I guess.
Although I will say this, Dallas PD
Yeah. Well,
can't say the same thing.
true.
This is Secret Service Boot Camp. Before they join the Secret Service, all recruits have to graduate from the agency's 6-month training program. Training happens here at the James J. Rowley Training Center in Laurel, Maryland, located about 20 miles north of Washington.
Welcome to the James J. Rowley United States Secret Service Training Center.
On day 1, a new class of recruits arrives at the academy.
Have a seat. Every one of you sitting here right now, there was about 100 other applicants that tried to get the seat that you have earned. How did you earn that seat?
I believe that.
You earned that seat by getting through our very, very difficult and in-depth vetting process. And you should be congratulated. And
Just
I
like
hope you
every other
celebrate
police department.
because the celebration time is over. Now's the time for business. Everybody clear on that? On Saturday, you will depart.
Before they begin their Secret Service specific training, these recruits will spend 3 months at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Artesia, New Mexico,
Get back in the building now!
before returning to Maryland for 3 more months of focused training. That includes driving, marksmanship, hand-to-hand combat, and realistic threat scenarios.
You're going to hear a phrase over and over and over again throughout your training, in particular this week. The Secret Service has a zero-fail mission. What that means in layman's terms, ladies and gentlemen, is this. You don't get a bad day in the Secret Service. There's plenty of other pursuits out there, noble pursuits, lawyers, plumbers, firemen, doctors. If one of those folks has a rough night the night before, stays out late, they have to deal with their boss, some kind of disciplinary action. If you have a bad day and you don't do your job, you're going to change the world. Is there anyone that doesn't want to proceed at this point?
Yes, me.
All right,
Aye.
then let's get down to business.
We spent 3 days at the training center, where we observed recruits at various stages of training.
It's going to be a long week.
For the new class, their first week
hell is that?
focuses on a physical evaluation and getting rid of any bad habits they may have brought into the academy.
We left yesterday without chairs being pushed in, and now we can't pay attention to detail 1 minute after the detail's given out. And we're laughing and joking in here. It is going to be an extremely long week.
Sweeper, I'm not
Do
getting
make
promoted
plans
to
for
anything.
Friday getting out of here on time, 'cause that ain't
Also
happening.
not getting drafted. I'm too old.
Although we were allowed to film inside the academy, our access was limited, and we were only able to film certain aspects of training, the rest of which remained secret.
There's certain things that we will not be able to show yourself or any other members of the media here, and that's really for the safety of our protectees. We don't want to advertise our playbook, so to speak.
For example, we weren't able to film any
and a crank.
The Secret Service was founded in 1865. Its primary mission? To combat the counterfeiting of U.S. currency.
The famed Secret Service, whose foremost duty is protecting the
We
President
got
of the
absolutely dunked on by like a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Watch Catch Me If You Can if you wanted to see what I'm talking about.
United States and his family.
The Secret Service began its protective mission after the 1901 assassination of President William McKinley.
I am the President's personal bodyguard. I go where he goes. I want to say
that
the base salary for new agents and officers starts as low as $47,000 a year. Potential recruits apply on the Secret Service website, but most applicants are eliminated during an intense vetting process.
Generally, it takes quite a long time in order to get through our screening process. The very in-depth background checks, qualification to obtain a top secret clearance and maintain one,
Bro,
to
this dude
undergo
needs
a
to,
polygraph
clean up his
examination,
diet.
successfully
His acne
pass
is
that. They have a
embarrassing.
lot to be proud of just for the fact
Hey,
that
man.
they're sitting here.
It's a full-time gig. You have time to cook, okay?
Bro, you already saying
being an academy instructor?
In this exercise,
He's got
recruits
nothing but
interact with a video screen that plays a scenario involving a potential threat to a protectee.
Pause it. Every scenario for use of force that you handle as a Secret Service agent's a pretty not complicated use of force ladder.
Yeah.
You pass through local PD, probably state agents, potentially like a bunch, but by the time they get to you, pretty easy equation, dog.
The only time it would be weird is if you were in public with like a senator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could see that, yeah. And to be fair, like the Secret Service is a lot more broad than just the president, right? Obviously, that's like the pinnacle.
You get everyone basically.
Let's say one of these kids in this class, probably one of them has a chance to protect the president.
In
probably none of them will actually do it. That's what I was getting at, and it would
take a chance in
years,
15 or 20 years.
Special details having to do foreign, doing foreign dignitaries, all of that stuff where they're getting more and more escalated and more specialized training and experience to qualify to. They're going to be protecting I don't know, John Cornyn or some shit. Like a low
You're going to
risk.
be cream of the crop and then like a standout agent to get to like president level.
And even then, you're probably doing like the
I love
fallback
Pam.
guy?
She said corruption at its finest.
That's incredible.
My favorite, Pam.
Assertive, you're not wrong. Like I said, the use of force policies.
No, that was Capitol
easy.
Police.
Oh, there you go.
It wasn't Secret Service. Well, they might have, I guess. I don't know.
I was going to
But
say at that point, what's the difference?
It was Capitol Police that shot the Ashley Babbitt.
Their use of force is very different than ours. Stuff that would send us to prison probably gets you a medal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
got
shot a
lot of
drunk
that
guy.
energy.
They're judged on how quickly they're able to assess and respond to the threat.
So, there's the gun I knew I was going to find. What can I do with this?
Recruits
1911.
also
Shoot him
engage
with
with
it.
role players who create realistic law enforcement scenarios.
Oh, he's got a gun.
I'll just hang it over here, officer.
Oh, no.
Working in motor vehicles plays a big part in training in what the Academy calls
By far the coolest
protective
class
transportation. Recruits train behind the wheel of high-speed Dodge Challengers and Chevy Suburbans.
The Secret Service's mission is to get protectees safely from point A to point B. The training that we
Look at that
provide
Cadillac.
enhances
Yeah.
that mission, that foundational
that
driving
JFK's?
that they are going to need to be effective Secret Service agents.
It's a hard job. No.
Recruits also experience a rollover simulator
That's
to
cool.
prepare them for what it's like inside a vehicle that's flipped over.
Next four up.
The instructor allowed us in the simulator
Take the camera.
I'm upside down.
to experience it from the inside.
Why do they make them wear helmets?
They don't have to get out of the
Recruits
car
spend
when it's
hours
upside
on
down.
the firing range.
That doesn't make any sense.
They cross paths with active agents who've come back to the academy for in-service training.
Are you jelly?
Recruits engage in water-based scenarios, including being challenged to escape from this apparatus, which simulates being trapped in a helicopter that's flipped upside down underwater.
Bro, you're dead if your helicopter crashes upside down.
That's Kobe.
Jeez.
Recruits learn control tactics,
or the Iranian president,
used to detain and subdue an assailant. Male and female recruits train together throughout basic training. Of the approximately 7,000 people in the Secret Service, less than 25% are female.
I'm gonna come around and check
your
shields
no,
one more
what are we gonna do
One of the
about
most
that?
challenging parts of training occurs when the recruits are exposed to tear gas.
They get to keep their masks on?
Holy Oof, it's
Tear
burning
gas.
my eyes.
Bro,
We
you're
couldn't
outside
bring our
the
camera inside the gas chamber, but we did convince an officer to shoot inside with an iPhone, showing us what it's like for recruits when they're exposed to the gas.
Do it. Yeah! Tear gas. It's awful. I only got secondary exposure
Yeah,
to that.
and that was horrible.
That they CS the hell out of it. It was awful.
We weren't allowed to interview recruits during training or to film at
you
graduation. Once training is complete.
All right, we get it, bro. Good enough.
The Secret Service is a type of. I would put them closer to probably executive protection.
Yeah.
Just because
Also,
you're not on patrol, you're not doing investigations. Like you are very much like it's a very specific.
Why haven't we changed the name?
Right? It's now Public Secret Service, right?
Right? But like
forward-facing service.
But also, like, do we really think the initials SS are the best thing we could use for the group of people that supposedly protect the almighty politicians? Yikes. Yikes.
Hella dead.
Zeus just brought up a good point. He said Alaska State Troopers are a different breed. We should watch some Alaska State Trooper stuff.
I buy that. Most state troopers, especially in big states, tend to be pretty squared away agencies.
Yeah.
Given the nature of the job.
But they're they do like game warden stuff too, I think.
Yeah, they do some wild stuff.
They fight bears.
Well, okay.
With their bare hands.
Is there? All right.
Yes. Yeah, those dudes are hardcore. They really are.
Yeah, we need to find some good videos, like not the TV show shit. I want some like good videos.
On it.
I know you will be. FBI Academy.
The FBI has more than 11,000 agents worldwide. They are the elite of law
Mid said Alaska's
enforcement,
Academy
and
is almost
becoming an
1.5
agent
years.
is a daunting challenge.
What?
Parts of the FBI, I'm sure, absolutely elite, but like
HRT, yeah,
100%.
That's about
Some of
it.
the baddest dudes on the planet, but like, what's the line? He was on our radar. Or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All
yeah.
I'm saying, dog, is like.
I would say
for most government anything institution period.
I would
whether
say
it's law
HRT, right? HRT's dope.
Probably,
and then I
yeah.
think a lot of your investigative units in the FBI are pretty squared away.
Yeah, I most investigative techniques that are taught and have been like academically studied, almost all of that has universally come from the FBI. I will say, as an investigative body, when they're allowed to figure out things, probably pretty good at it. That being said, it's like anything. There's a spectrum. Somebody like I've seen this from
They're
everything.
on the spectrum.
No, like everything from I don't know, Navy SEALs to NFL quarterbacks. There's a spectrum, dog.
True.
Might be really good, but like that not all of them are equal. That's what we'll say.
Yeah.
They're trained to, after the police have done all the legwork, to step in and say, we'll take over now.
We'll take it from here.
All the hard work's been done. We'll take over and take the
To
credit.
earn the right to wear the badge of a special agent, you must first come here to the FBI
they
Academy
make
in
like
Quantico,
28 grand
Virginia
a year
for a 16-week intensive
Salty
training course.
contact with the FBI guys over the years.
Get behind
never
closed
dealt with
doors of
anyone
this
from the
closely
FBI,
guarded facility,
heard of
which
it.
looks exactly like what it is, a college for crime fighters. Spread out over 650 wooded acres on a U.S.
College for
Marine Corps
crime
base
fighters.
less than 50 miles from FBI headquarters are classrooms, dormitories, gyms, shooting ranges, driving tracks, and even a mini, according to Section.
One time, we have over
Look at
100,000
this slime
applications
ball.
on file. Right now, we're closer to 110,000.
Bro, could he
We
be
take
any more
about,
creepy?
since
He
1994,
reminds me
we've
of
taken
the
4%.
CEO from
They all
RoboCop.
pick their
The requirements are strict. You must be a U.S. citizen between 23 and 37 with a
Oh, I got one
college
more year.
degree and
one
no
more year,
criminal
baby.
record. You must be drug-free, physically
Shit.
fit,
I'm
pass a
ready.
number of written exams, and a lie detector test. Police
Damn it.
experience may help, but it's not necessary.
Having the law enforcement background, is that an advantage coming in here?
It can be an advantage. Likewise, being an attorney can be an advantage, or
lawyers with
being an
guns,
accountant
that's all
can
they
be an
are.
advantage.
Yeah, I
A
was gonna
business
say.
person can have an advantage.
I feel
We
I
weren't
feel
allowed
like-
to interview current trainees, but we did talk to a
I feel like
number
what
of
makes a good
academy
cop probably
graduates,
not
and their
make it good.
backgrounds were amazingly diverse.
I don't know
I
that
have
there's
an
a ton of
undergraduate in fashion merchandising.
I started out as a Marine Corps officer.
I worked for several years as a newspaper reporter.
At any given time, up to
OnlyFans.
400 men and women are going through the grueling training program at Quantico. About 5% of those here will drop
Whoa,
out
that's
or
illegal.
wash out along the way. It costs the FBI about $30,000 to train each new agent.
That's it?
We literally have the same like red gun.
While they're here,
Yeah,
trainees
okay.
are sequestered at the academy.
Sequestered.
They share
Michael
dorm
Keaton.
rooms and everyone wears the same standard uniform, khakis and a polo shirt. The idea is to bond these diverse recruits into one mindset. In class, they study everything
Yeah,
from law
fucking over
and
the US
ethics to
citizens.
computer science. But first and foremost, they're trained to investigate.
They had the audacity to call those computers.
Yeah.
I was alive close enough to when this was filmed, and computers were very different back
This is
then.
probably.
I remember having to take a typing class, and they still called it typewriting class. It wasn't
Typewriting?
like keyboarding. It was called typewriting when I was in
Oh.
elementary school.
Wow.
And my school was very cool for having a typewriting class.
Huh.
Just find out who, what, when, where, and why.
So great emphasis is placed on interviewing techniques.
Tell me from the beginning what it was you saw.
I saw him bump
into a couple of women that were walking down the street the opposite way.
Pam said, "Does a Fent patch disqualify me?" No, Pam.
You're too cool.
Not if you ask me, Pam.
But
Hey,
I think you're
it's a real thing.
I think you're too cool for the FBI.
You're too cool.
We get the information we get because we get people to talk to us. I had a hard time at first differentiating between an interrogation and an interview. I sort of approached things from more an interrogation
Why is that
aspect,
so
even
hard to
when
differentiate?
speaking with people who were witnesses or victims to a crime. And obviously, that's not the right approach to take.
Oh shit, Sherlock. Did you figure that out on your own?
Much of the training here is obviously hands-on, like learning how to make an arrest. The point in an arrest isn't just to subdue a suspect, but to ensure your own safety while you're doing it. Trainees practice the drill over and over, so when confronting a dangerous suspect, the procedure will be
This is
second
exactly
nature.
how they teach it.
After watching it for a
Just ask
while,
the trainer.
it was my turn to try.
Down in that. Okay, now.
Thumbs up. Put your thumbs
Pause
up.
it. What is the likelihood you achieve this posture before handcuffing?
From a violent felon that the FBI is investigating?
Keith, how many times did you place handcuffs on someone that did the full YMCA stance here?
Yeah, no, I didn't. They were usually jammed into a wall or the side of the car or something.
But when did that ever happen?
I mean, just in training. After it's kind of like academy. You go through the academy, and then then there's the street. you know. So
That is hilarious. I want to see
Yeah.
Barbara Walters here try this. Come on, girlfriend.
Let's walk into our subject.
Okay.
Okay, now, you want to tell him, bring your hands away from your body slightly.
Bring your hands away from your body
This is when I turn
slightly.
around and punch her in the
Pop
face.
it on. Once it's already there. Place the cuffs on right there.
Okay.
You feel pretty comfortable?
Yep.
You're doing great.
Push down on that
Oh,
chain and
okay.
exert control.
We didn't really get to
And
see it.
that was a successful handcuffing.
You would get
All
donkey
right.
kicked.
Be
and
nicer. I'm
headbutted
leaving
so
you
hard.
these all day.
That was excessive finger pointing.
Because agents spend a great deal of time in their cars working cases, they must perfect
That's such a
another set
lie.
of skills behind the wheel. This
saying
is
we're not busy
TVOC,
people.
the
I'm sure they're
Tactical
busy.
Emergency
I don't
Vehicle
care about
Operations Center.
Somebody please illuminate me.
I'm done.
I'd be more than happy to have a special investigator illuminate me on how fascinating that job is. I bet it is cool though.
Oh yeah, we're not watching this. This is way too long. I'll give you the first few
Joan
minutes.
London.
It was Joan London.
There it is.
I only know that because it said it in the title.
133. Respond to 10718 Clark Street, 1019 in progress. 133, 10-4. Empathy means understanding how another person views his world.
Pork chop. What's going on, Doug?
This is an important
Yes, Zeus, the U.S.
communication
Marshals
skill
are
for
better.
police.
I would agree.
And I would have went to work for them before I ever considered the FBI.
What happened?
I said that.
We were in there playing cards, and the guy went crazy and attacked him with a bottle. My God, I'm scared. He's mad.
He's the victim of being a...
No, you just stay here. I'll talk to him. You just stay right there. It's the police. I'd like to talk to you.
It's the police.
Can you explain to me what happened here this afternoon?
Bro, just get out of the fatal funnel.
Well, I'm not going anywhere until I'm finished talking to you. You're going to have to explain to me what happened. There's a man injured out in the lawn here. Listen to me. There's a man injured out in the lawn here, and I have to talk to you.
Now, my question is...
You get the hell out as well. Well, if he asks for it, tell me what happened. I don't want to talk. Get out.
What?
It's not going
Were
to
they in
do
a
any good to
relationship?
stand there and argue.
What do we
You
got
might as
here?
well come
You
out.
can't admit that back then.
What I'm saying.
I
We got a
can't
30
go
unit,
anywhere. What do
or
you
they're
mean,
probably
why
in
don't
field
I just
training.
get the hell out of here? I told you I have to talk to you.
This
I
is pretty
presume
good.
you're not going to talk to me. You've got a very arrogant attitude. Now, sooner or later, you're going to have to talk to me. If we have to kick the door down, you're going to talk to me.
Dave, can I just talk
You get a
to
forced
minute?
entry on
What's
this?
going on
Yep,
in here?
sure
There's
are.
a fellow in here by the name of Ron.
Fellow here
He
by
cut
the
this
name
fella
of Ron.
with a bottle, I presume from some kind of an argument at a party. I think they've been drinking. I don't think he's got any guns or knives or anything. I've talked to him. I can't get him out of there. He's just being pig-headed about it.
How badly hurt was this fella?
He's got a big gash down the side of his face here. The ambulance.
Oh, I guess we got like
This door
Agasol.
is locked, I gather, eh?
Yes, it sure is. He's not coming out. I can't get anywhere with that guy.
Okay, I'll just have a chat with him and see what I can do, okay?
Sure, help yourself.
Ron?
I'm gonna stand in the
Who's
fatal
that?
funnel now.
I'm a police officer. I just got here.
I told you I'm not going to talk to anybody. Now leave me alone.
Not gonna
But we're
talk
not
to
going to bother
anybody.
you,
Where does
Ron, but
British
I
accent
must,
come from?
have your side of the story.
You're already bothering me. Now why don't you get the hell out of here? I keep
Yeah,
telling you.
get the hell
I'm
out
not
of
going to
here.
open the door, and I'm not going to talk to you.
You're quite scared right now over what happened earlier on.
You'd be afraid too if you'd have been here and seen what went on here. Why don't you talk to those fellas out there? They're the ones that started the whole ruckus. Anyway, I told you I'm not going to talk to you fellas. Why don't you leave me alone?
Well, the incident that went on in here tonight, you want to tell me about that?
Well, why don't you talk to those fellas out there? They know what happened.
Well, I've got part of their story, but
I can imagine the kind of story they told you. Did they tell you they were cheating at cards here? No. Well, I invited them over here for a friendly game of poker. And what happened? They got marked cards. They were cheating.
I gather that you've lost a lot of money in this game of cards.
I've lost everything I've got. I've got my whole month's wages lost.
How much would that be, Ron?
Always assume they got an M60. It's a good call.
I gather that.
I bet you don't even try to get my money.
How do you know he doesn't?
I gather that's going to cause some other problems too.
We're cops in Texas. We're a little
I
jaded.
can't imagine what my wife's going to say.
The chance was never zero.
Me again.
About what damage
Probably cheat on me. She comes home, I'm not even.
The barricaded man
I
was
saw that, Sarah.
emphatic and non-defensive in the face of the man's.
Gav,
Call SWAT.
Call SWAT. SWAT back then was just a dude with an M14, probably. They kick it?
I don't know.
I'm going to open the door and I'm not going to talk to you.
You're quite scared right now over what happened earlier on.
You'd be afraid too. If
Oh, no, you went too
here
far
and see
back.
What went on here?
I don't know what happened.
How did they outside? Us cameramen have our ways. We always have our ways of getting the shot. God, cars were so cool looking back then.
Yeah.
Bro, they don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, they make them
Oh,
safe now.
Yeah, dumb. Let's go in the back door. Oh, okay. Cool.
Are they even at the same place?
Oh.
Steady
This
place.
is the
Anyone
police.
in there?
Bro, what are we watching?
This is weird. I like this is kind of sussing me out. Kind of looks like a bad movie.
Are you all right? Pardon me? What do you want?
We just
You're
searching
not
this
sick?
dude's house?
No. Hurt?
Look at this guy over here. Is this safety sweep?
You taking any pills? No. Is there any guns or anything like that in the suite?
What?
What if there is?
What's your problem?
It's his residence.
Boys just searching everything.
No problem. You don't look well.
F minus.
He's drunk. Who cares?
Having a beer.
They're here to check his papers.
I don't know.
Give me your papers, kid.
But you're not hurt or injured. It is raised.
What the fuck is going on?
Dude, do you remember? Did y'all go to IPC training?
You're really having some problems.
What is that? What's IPC?
IPC, interpersonal communication, perspective responding, all that stuff.
Like that.
We had a version.
It was not like this. Oh, nice. Got the waterworks.
Not in this crappy little place.
It was the Cowboys let me down again. They thought it was our year.
Yeah. Good
So
luck with
I got hammered. Dak threw a pick again in the fourth quarter. There's me crying again. I said this was gonna be the last time.
My job isn't going very well, and I don't know, there's people being moved around.
Just letting them continue to get
moved
hammered.
out.
What are we doing?
His feeling. If the distressed person feels he can trust the officer, he is open to new ideas or suggestions. In this case, the man might accept a referral to a mental health specialist for professional assistance.
For being drunk in his house?
He's too drunk.
I don't know that you're anything a drunk guy.
In his own house.
In his own house. I'm not saying the guy doesn't need help.
His
I mean, he's
because
really
he was
feeling
able
some
to
kind of
talk
way.
about what he was feeling. Police probably face more emotional crises than most mental health workers.
I would
They're
agree.
on the spot when an emergency arises.
We're there when it's
been
way
said
too late.
Most
Like,
doctors
it's
won't make
acute
house calls,
stress.
but all police will. Psychologists, through numerous studies,
All right, Don, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I'm done with that too.
I don't care anymore.
This one's short, 7
Yeah,
minutes.
we'll end on this one.
Lazy Gamer, he said good luck. Did they
And I'm
really
very-
use anything for training, doing everything wrong? Yeah, dude, yeah.
Smith.
That
Tonight,
was a long time
LAX
ago.
18 investigates on police accountability. In 2021, Kentucky enacted a new law meant to help weed out bad cops so they couldn't hop from one department to the next.
What did you call these,
Former
Chris?
police
Or not
detectives
Chris,
slip
Keith?
through the cracks.
Gypsy
Police
cops.
CRC followed a long
Gypsy
trail of
cop.
police
Yep.
videos and
These are the
documents
gypsies.
that raises questions. Was this a responsible police officer doing his job or a rogue cop pushing the limits of his power? Lee.
Well, according to Gus Curtis's work history and letters from several grateful citizens, he did some things very well. He was Frankfurt's Police Officer of the Year in 2022. But we looked into his employment at 4 different police departments and found a pattern of questionable behavior, yet Curtis still moved on to the next job. Now, I spoke with him over the phone, and he disputes all the allegations against him and says more facts will come out. For now, though, this is what we found.
Force and interest.
No, she's fine. Thank you. Have a warrant?
I'm sorry?
You have a warrant? Do you have a warrant?
No.
That's illegal. Iris, you're fine. That is illegal. Excuse me, you cannot force your way into my home.
That was Frankfurt Police Detective Gus Curtis on a welfare check last summer.
You are not legally. This is illegal. Get the fuck out of my house. This is illegal. You just, excuse me.
It's illegal. Follow civil laws.
Just 2 weeks earlier, he was conducting his own investigation in another county. That's him on the phone.
Hello? I'm a little upset that you had lied to me. You must have forgot what I did for a living.
Curtis asked another department, Nicholasville Police, to go to a man's house outside of Curtis's Frankfurt jurisdiction to help in a case he was supposedly working. That's what he told the officer.
He is part of a criminal investigation. He needs to be identified.
Okay.
I am not part of it. It's a civil matter.
The man was right. There was no criminal investigation.
Yikes.
This was a personal matter over a boat repair. But listen, Curtis tells the man to pay up or possibly go to jail.
So here's your 2 options. You give Mr. Boston $525, or you cut a check tomorrow about 5 o'clock of $525, or I'm going to Mercer County Courthouse first thing Monday, and I'm getting a warrant for you.
Even the Nicholasville police officer appeared uncomfortable about what he witnessed.
I don't know why he thought he could just intimidate me like that. I don't disagree with you.
Detective Curtis jumped from
Yikes.
department to department. He went from Georgetown Police to Wilmore to Frankfurt Police before ending up at the Boyle County Sheriff's Office, where he was fired. We started looking into him after a lawsuit filed by Kimberly Myers, the mother at the beginning of this story. Remember,
her.
she questioned how he could barge into her home without a warrant.
I said to him, this is illegal. This is illegal repeatedly. He says to me, if it's illegal, file a civil lawsuit. So here we are.
Good
We
for
looked
her
through
for following
hours
up.
and hours of body cam video and pages of documents and found Curtis has an alleged history of conducting his own investigations
lose your job
without
in
informing
3
supervisors and
Damn.
forcing entry into homes without a warrant. This case, it resulted in dismissed charges and strong words from the judge.
Mr. Curtis had zero respect for the Constitution, for which he took an oath and swore to uphold. And quite
How is
frankly,
this
I was
artificial
appalled.
aggression
I've
or
never seen a
something?
video like that.
I was crying. I felt seen, validated. I was afraid that it was going to
get a
continue to
girlfriend.
be just ignored and swept under.
Looking into his Frankfurt personnel file, we couldn't find any documentation of an internal investigation into those 2 incidents from last summer. In fact, Curtis resigned in August and he was later hired by the Boyle County Sheriff's Department. So how is he able to hop from one agency to another?
To go from one agency to the next, it just has to be a lack of accountability on the police department's part.
By law, Kentucky police departments are required to report officers to the Kentucky Law Enforcement Council who were fired or resigned while under investigation for fireable offenses. It can revoke an officer's certification.
We checked. KLEC never got a referral from Frankfort Police, but did get one from the Boyle County Sheriff's Office. In a statement, KLEC said the referral indicated that Curtis had been terminated while under criminal and administrative investigation. I asked the Frankfort chief why they wouldn't have referred Curtis to KLEC. Due to pending litigation, he couldn't answer any of my questions about this, Curtis.
They should absolutely have to answer as to why he was able to resign with all the issues he had in Frankfurt that went uncorrected.
This isn't the first time Curtis has been sued over alleged unlawful entry. In 2018, a lawsuit alleged that he unlawfully entered two people's home before arresting both without any probable cause. That lawsuit appears to have been settled in 2021.
Do it. Hit the soundboard.
I got you, homie. Hold on. Here it is.
Yeah, because you don't have PC, you dumb motherfucker.
It's just not like...
This counts too.
Sweep the leg.
It's not hard. Like, don't get me wrong, it's policing a hard job. Yes. It is complicated. Sure.
Yeah, but he's out there doing it for personal shit.
But the administrative side of it, like, dude, I've gotten written up for driving my car a little bit too fast. No accident. No complaints. No citizen videotaping me to put me on national news.
I got written up as a backup officer.
But because I was going over 20 miles per hour while operating my emergency vehicle using due regard, because technically policy says we're only supposed to go 20 over when going code. And was it annoying at the time? Sure. Did I have beef with it? No. If and when, that means that you're actually holding police officers accountable. Yeah. I would do shit knowing a write-up was coming. But, like...
You could only go 20 over?
That was policy.
Running code.
Wow.
Heresy.
That was policy.
Not only running code. Not in a pursuit. Not if you were...
Yeah. This is just responding code 3. Yeah. You were supposed to only go to... Now, did you have a lot of people that wouldn't enforce that? Sure. Because it's a shooting in progress or something wild like that. Sure. All the time. But it was at the discretion of your higher-ups.
It was just one of those things that was always there if they needed it.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like conduct unbecoming, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the spectrum, right? Yeah. And your police department gets to hold whatever they feel like, and it's one of those catch-all things. Like resisting.
Promoting Curtis made him Officer of the Year in 2022.
Ow.
There's just such a substantial similarity, and to settle that suit and not have safeguards in place that it wouldn't occur again, that's frightening.
Everybody deserves to be safe in their own homes. Everybody deserves to be
That's why you
safe
don't open the door.
when dealing with police officers, that they're not going
Watch
to
OnlyCops.
intimidate, that they're not going to do
about
something
his
wrong
unlawful
and
entry.
nothing be
That's
done
not
about
alleged.
it.
That's not
There's
alleged.
nobody
That's not alleged.
holding
That's
you
right.
accountable.
Be like that first guy and just yell through the door.
Now, the attorney representing Curtis in Meyer's lawsuit is waiting for the legal process to unfold, but in an email says in part, the complaint only presents one view and doesn't accurately reflect all the fact of the case, and adds the video also has a limited perspective and doesn't tell the whole story. Therefore, we will continue to put forth our client's side of the story within the constraints of the law itself. Further comments on pending litigation will be made in court as the legal
I
process
didn't hear any screaming,
unfolds,
so he
end
can't
quote.
go exigent
Now,
circumstances.
we still have lots of questions.
If
Should
he
Frankfurt
had
police have
exigency, it wouldn't have been a story.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have I put my foot in the door before? Sure. Have I had to push past somebody because there's blood on the floor? Sure. Plenty of times. If you have been a cop for more than 10 days and haven't done that at least once, you're probably doing it wrong.
Yeah.
But, like, if it's there and the evidence is apparent and it's documented, this wouldn't be a problem. But, like...
It's crazy.
I, like, amicably left my police department. No pending investigations. No nothing. No conduct that it was being... It still took months.
Yeah.
For them to go, like, yes, you were not a fuck-up.
Yeah. Months.
Why? Because they're like, well, maybe he was. Maybe they take all that shit. I would rather that than have this bullshit.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. Also, if you're a police officer and did not get an honorable discharge, that's a little sussy. But there are situations where there's like whistleblowing that's occurring or whatever it is, especially when you start getting to like elected officials that do shady shit. It depends, but when did Napoleon Dynamite become a lawyer? Yeah, that I'm not happy about that one. What is this?
This is the Academy.
Oh, Fort Worth.
It's ridiculous. It's beautiful though. I'm just hating from outside the club.
So nice.
It's, I would argue, obscene, but I'm here for it.
That's a legit.
Gym. Yeah.
Lifetime equipment, Life Fitness equipment, bro.
Dude.
Got
I just want one of these for my house just so I can do pull-ups.
Yeah. Super nice.
That place is pretty sharp.
That was it. That's all I
Campus from Ready or Not. Wouldn't last as long at this one.
True.
Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with us on this Tuesday. We will be doing our regularly scheduled Thursday stream on Thursday. For those of you interested in seeing body cam breakdowns, where oftentimes we end up roasting people, but sometimes we give kudos.
Sometimes.
If you'd like to be more involved in the OnlyCops channel as a whole, you can go ahead and join us on our Patreon group. It's as little as $1 a month. That gives you direct access to our Discord, or you could become a member here on YouTube if you don't feel like leaving the app. Pam, it was good to see you. Jacob is saying bye. Oh, was Jacob here for more than 5 seconds? My dog.
He commented once.
Oh.
He said too soon when you were talking about the Cowboys.
That's true.
I mean, the Mavs did just get basically swept. The gentleman's sweep.
But they did at least make it to the finals.
Correct.
They're doing better than most.
They're doing better than the Cowboys.
I tell you what.
Yeah.
Anyways, love you guys. You guys can go hang out with us there. I'm going to give you guys some after party time. Some other people will be leaving, but either way, I appreciate you guys hanging out. We're about to hit 13,000 subscribers.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Continue to grow. We should have some more OnlyCop stuff coming back. Juan is coming back from being married. Boot Megan's getting promoted. And then we
that sounds like really nepotism to me.
It does sound like
Is this a West kind of deal? Like Megan is climbing her way through the ranks by marriage?
She's the Nepo baby through marriage. Anyways, you guys can go hang out with us there. We filmed a bunch. We have like 10 episodes queued
at least.
So hopefully they'll be back. They'll be able to send some of that stuff to you guys. And until then, I will see you guys on Thursday. Thank you for riding, I guess, 4-man with us today.
Yeah.
Cup of peace. Megwan. That's her stuff.
Megwan.